we've got the 200 hour for people who want to go to the next step in their practice, want to do this personally for their own development, are interested in teaching, but maybe they don't know if they want to have their whole, career be focused on yoga, or at least, a significant portion of it. And then when we think about the people who you're like, wait, that's me. I want to have my own yoga studio. I want to have my own virtual, yoga offerings. I want to have you've got those ideas going, and you're really sitting with your thoughts about what you're bringing to the world and how that connects to your yoga. The 500-hour training is for you. Now, I want to be very clear and very open and honest in that the 500-hour training is more intense. One is 500 hours, right? It's not 200 hours. But also, it is a comprehensive program, because not only will you get both your 200-hour and your 300-hour certifications, which if you're going to register with Yoga Alliance, that's how they're designated. And then, of course, once you get your 200-hour and then you finish your 300-hour, you become a 500-hour. But my point is that if you find that you're drawn to this idea of you as a yoga teacher, you as a yoga facilitator, meditation facilitator, whatever you might call it or deem it, then this training program is going to be for you. And it is both comprehensive and intensive. And so there's three parts of the program, three ways you can think about it. Your 200-hour training. So you're going to do everything that I just said before, like the person applying to the 200-hour training would do, and you're going to find the 200-hour that fits the best for you. And then based off of which training program you start with will determine when your immersive teaching and personal practice experience happens. So that period typically runs about 4 to 6 months. It really just depends on, where you are in your journey, and also which training that you're starting with. And then you end with your 300-hour, which is an 11-month training. If you want to find out more about the 300-hour, there is a 300-hour intro video that you can check out that talks in detail about that program. So, as I said, this training is for the yogi that aspires to have a career based in the yoga industry. This 500-hour intensive training program will not only strengthen your personal practice of yoga, but will also prepare you professionally to teach yoga at an advanced level. The comprehensive nature of this program will ensure that you not only learn the asanas, anatomy, pranayama, the breath, philosophy, and sequencing, but also that you learn to teach with confidence and you build a personal identity within the seat of the teacher. The 500-hour yoga teacher training program at Love Yoga Studio is entitled Live to Love. And the idea is that we want to live our life in a way where the whole purpose is love. Whatever we're doing is rooting us back to love, because if we do that, if we all do that, so much beautiful change will take place and so much beauty will come into our lives, despite the hardships that life may bring. So the Live to Love 500-hour training will make it more likely to start and be successful in your yoga business because of all of the different experiences that you're going to gain. This training involves both practical, theoretical, and spiritual applications to create a better understanding of all of the aspects of yoga. So this training program, I think, is beautiful. This is really an opportunity for you to reach higher on your yogic journey. And it is a commitment. Okay, it's a time commitment and it's a financial investment, but just like any career endeavor, right, you've got to put time, energy, and money into it, because that's the way of our world. So the purpose of the 200-hour component, which I just talked about a little bit, is to teach you the fundamental asanas, provide an introduction to philosophy, and set a strong foundation for your teaching skills. The purpose of the 300-hour component is to learn more advanced asanas, hone your teaching skills, and dig deeper into yoga philosophy, yin yoga, restorative yoga, and yoga nidra. The emphasis on developing an understanding of yoga philosophy is aimed to help you respectfully teach this is soul fulfilling practice. And then in between that 200-hour and that 300-hour, you're going to have an immersive teaching and practice, personal practice experience, because we can't be in the seat of the teacher if we're not doing our own work. And you also are not going to feel confident in the seat of the teacher if you're not teaching. Like, that's just the reality. You got to get comfortable teaching. So this training program is really designed to build your confidence, build your skill level, and help you do that in a way that is rooted in yoga philosophy. So there are many benefits to earning your 500-hour credential, including improving your marketability as a yoga teacher, widening your network within the yoga community, and developing the skills to start a private practice, as well as improve the quality of your offerings. So there's so many benefits to it. And if you know that you're someone who's committed to this idea of yoga as a part of your dharma, your career path, then this is a great program for you. So talking about some of the requirements, teaching in studio at Love Yoga Studio is a requirement. So while you can do one of the 200-hour training programs virtually, you won't be able to do the 500-hour training virtually. This will be something that you would have to be local to do. And so there will be multiple opportunities within this training to teach at both domestic and international yoga retreats. And by the time you complete this training, your yoga resume will not only be robust, but you will exemplify a myriad of skills and experiences, because you're going to interact with yoga immersion programs. You're going to interact with our yoga retreats. You're going to interact with yoga classes. You'll even have the opportunity to be a part of our perinatal annex and observe our children's programming. So there's so much that will come from this training program if you're able to invest your time, energy, and, of course, your finances into this. So one important point to make about the 500-hour training is that this training integrates into your life over the course of 2 years. And it does not require you to disconnect from your regular life, for 30 to 60 days. You're not going to have to quit your job or, not be able to take care of your kids or be with your family or whatever it might be. So this training is both a time and monetary investment that will have fruitful returns, and it is something that happens over the course of time. So I hope that you are ready to find your path to become a certified advanced yoga teacher, because the Live to Love 500-hour yoga teacher training program is it. It is the path. Okay. So just like with the 200 hours, you have 3 potential start dates: January, June, and September. And that's every year: January, June, September. You can decide when you're going to start. And some of the things to really keep in mind and think about is that when we talk about logistics, is that we have easy monthly payments available. If you have specific questions about the tuition for either of these programs, reach out to us. We will go over it with you. We'll break it down for you. It's also, like I mentioned, comprehensive, advanced, and intensive. Okay. So it is something that's going to require your commitment, but if you put your mind, and specifically if you put your heart into it, you can do it. And also, when we think about the time commitment, right? These 24 months is going to allow for you to have a very thorough learning experience. As I mentioned, is open to local DMV yogis. It does require in-studio teaching at Love Yoga Studio. And it's actually a really great way to save money, because it's an automatic 36% discounted tuition when you do the 500-hour training compared to when you do the 200 separate from the 300. Now, for some people, that's going to be best for their life. That's going to be best for them. We're not going to stop anybody from doing that. And we recognize that everybody's path is different. But if you're the person who you're like, hey, I can commit to this. I can integrate this into my life because I know that this is a learning experience that is going to be meaningful to me, you're going to get that automatic 36% savings. And then if you register within the early bird time frame, you get another 8% off of the tuition. Okay, so we're just saving money. All right. The cohorts are small. We never have more than 10 students in a cohort because we want to give you individualized attention and one-on-one coaching. And finally, this is a truly, truly immersive experience leading to an enhanced and ingrained personal practice. Even if you do all of this and you walk away and you never teach a soul yoga, if your own practice benefits and your own life changes because of what you have put into this, then it's worthwhile to us. But I would imagine if you want to learn to teach, then you might want to do some of that too. But it is a wonderful, wonderful way to enhance and ingrain your personal practice as you go through this life. So I know I have said a lot. I wanted to keep this short, so I guess short-ish. And I am open to any questions that you may have. As I mentioned, you can always reach out to our studio manager. You can go right to our website so that you can apply, look at the applications, ask us any questions. If you are doing the 200-hour, there is opportunity for scholarship. If you're doing the 500-hour, the Live to Love, not Live to Love, the Loveway Exchange Scholarship isn't available for you to apply because it's already integrated into the program. That's how we are able to give you, such a wonderful discount, because the way we have the program tied together, that version of the scholarship is already built into that. So don't worry, you're still getting your savings. But if you are applying to the 200-hour and you know that, finances could potentially be a barrier, we don't want that. Talk to us. Don't not apply because of finances. Get on scholarship. We will work with whoever it is to make sure, we'll work with whatever it is, to make sure that you're able, to have an opportunity to train. So thank you so much for listening to the introduction of these two beautiful programs, and we hope to see you in studio and on the mat soon.